Hello, it's Sadie. I'm actually doing a part two of monitoring spirits and handlers. So that video did not resonate with you. This one may not, but I'm bringing it up because I did a personal reading today for someone and this energy came up, but it was something I didn't talk about yesterday. And I wanted to kind of go more in depth into the monitoring spirit versus the handler, just so you can be aware and recognize how the different energies work, because they're not the same things. Even if they do some of the same behaviors, they're not the same. All right. So again, um for entertainment purposes only, let's get into this reading. So for monitoring spirits, there's kind of three core energies that they are vibrating at. The first is jealousy. That's kind of your haters. That's the energy I talked about mostly yesterday. It's like that jealous coworker that will look at your social media, look at everything you're doing, look at all your pictures, talk crap about you behind your back, but kind of be fake nice to your face. Um, they want access to you because they want to know everything that you're doing to interfere or sabotage or to be in your business, but they do not want you to have access to them. They don't want you to know like their personal details. This type of person would, like, say if you had a birthday party and you invited people after work for drinks, cocktail hour, happy hour, etc. They would come to that cocktail hour not because they're wishing you a happy birthday, but because they want the tea. They want the drama. They want to see who you talk to. They want to be like, oh, she had 4 drinks. She's such a drunk. She's such an alcoholic. Like, that's the type of energy of the jealous monitoring spirit. But they'll go and they'll involve themselves and kind of hang out just to observe. Monitoring spirits that are the jealous type really want to observe you and know everything that you're doing. They're lurkers, they're that spy type of energy. But if they had a party, you would not be invited. So that's the energy, okay? So that's the one I talked about mostly yesterday. There's another type of monitoring spirit, which is the monitoring spirit of envy. Now, envy and jealousy, although sometimes are they coexist together. So sometimes someone can be both envious and jealous of you, or envious and jealous of something that you have. They're not the same energies. For envy, envy is more the energy of copycat. So if you have a monitoring spirit type person energy in your life, this person, if they're operating dominantly from the energy of envy, they're monitoring you because they envy you, then they're going to start to copycat you. They may dress like you, say the same phrases. If you have like a certain catchphrase, or like you say something in a certain way that's like very unique and distinct to yourself, that person will start saying that phrase. They might do the same things you do. When I was getting the download for this, again, I'm older, so many of you may not know this reference, but there was a movie in the 90s called Single White Female, where I think it was Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh. And Jennifer Jason Leigh, like literally, like Bridget Fonda becomes her roommate, and then Jennifer Jason Leigh starts like copying her, like doing everything like her, like even cutting her hair short and dyeing it red to look like her. Like, that is the monitoring spirit of envy. Okay. It's very much copycat. It's very much wanting to, because they envy you, they emulate you, they want to sort of absorb your identity. All right. And so that one, although there could be some jealousy there, they're going to be more friendly on the surface, like the appearance of friendliness, because they're going to be like, oh, what product do you use? Oh, what, like literally trying to copy and do everything that you do the way you do it. Okay. Here's the one that came up for me in a personal reading today that's really, really, really important that I did not mention yesterday, and that's why I'm doing this video. There's also the monitoring spirit of lust. So, the energy of lust as a monitoring spirit in a person. This is someone who may be very physically attracted to you. Maybe they love your hair color, they love your body type, they love certain physical features that you have. But either they're too afraid to express their feelings for you, or they know that you do not reciprocate the attraction, you do not reciprocate those feelings. And so that energy of a monitoring spirit in the form of lust is very it can be creepy. It can definitely give you the ick because it's like the unwanted gaze of someone where there's a lot of projection of sexual attraction, sexual energy, but it's not reciprocated. Many women and men have had to deal with this. You know, you've been in work environments or in school environments or in different environments where someone was just like, hello, hello, why are you staring at me like this? Like, you know, like it's creepy. It makes you feel extremely uncomfortable. And so that's the monitoring spirit energy of lust. This one is very, very common as well. And that's why I wanted to do this video because I did not mention it yesterday, but you know, a lot of us deal with that energy, especially if you're online, if you're on social media. You can feel the energy of projection and sort of unwanted um, attraction energy that gets sort of sent to you. Um, Again, monitoring spirits have the one thing in common is that they monitor you, they observe you, they're always looking at you, they want to look at you, they want to see and know what you're doing at all times. And so the best way to handle those energies are to minimize contact if possible, as much as possible. um, Also, if you find yourself in situations where the person that is coming as a monitoring spirit in your life, so a jealous coworker, an envious friend, a person who has romantic feelings for you, very, very important too to be mindful if you have to interact with them to try not to be alone, just for your own energetic safety and protection. All right. So, again, handlers are more dangerous because they're almost like a double agent energy. There's usually a massive ulterior motive as to why handlers are in your life. Monitoring spirits can be anybody, nosy neighbors, you know, the Karen down the street who, like, you live in a totally different complex and development, but she sees you walking your dog and is like, what the fuck are you doing? And you're like, I fucking live here, bitch. You know, it monitoring spirits can be anybody. Handlers, on the other hand, are different in the way because they want access to you, they will monitor you, they will research you just like a monitoring spirit. But this person really works to build rapport with you. So, friends, family members, they want that um, engagement and that access through your trust of them. And so, for a lot of women and men as well, handlers will come in the form of a partner. Like if you, Anna Nicole Smith, a great example, um, at the time of her passing, and her last few months were so tragic. she was with that one guy. I believe his name was Howard Stern, not the radio host, but I think his name literally was Howard Stern. He was like an attorney or something like that. And, you know, the people that you are around, the company that you keep can make or break you 100,000%. And so with handlers, they come in, they want to build rapport, they want access, but the access is for control. The access is for possession of your energy, of your gifts. In her case, it was all that money that she was receiving because her former husband had passed and she was going to inherit millions of dollars. Um, so you just, especially if you're coming into like a big inheritance or a big level up in your life, you really have to be mindful of the company that you keep and who's around you and why they are around you, why they want access to you. Handlers are tricky because, again, they are people who are con artists. They're people who will sink their hooks into you, and where, like, Jesus and Judas. Like, Judas was Jesus's friend, but Judas was the one Jesus knew was going to sell him out. When I remember reading the Bible, and Jesus was like talking to the 12 disciples, and he's like, and one of you are going to be the reason why what's coming is going to come. Everybody's probably in that room like looking at each other like, oh, it's not me, it's not me. And Judas like knew in his heart like, it's me, sold him out for money. So handlers will sell you out, literally and figuratively. Okay. um, they want to handle you, again, control you, possess what you have, to take what you have, or, as I mentioned yesterday, to set you up for a fall. So one of the situations, I've had a couple different handlers throughout my life. um, some I wasn't aware of until after the fact, and then some before anything bad happened I became aware of. But one of them was at a job that I worked at, where I worked with someone who I really admired, really respected. And this person like kind of took me under their wing to take their position. And so I was doing all this training, and I was, moving up in this company, and I was super happy and everything was good. And then things just started to get weird once I got into that position. And I remember thinking to myself, like, the energy is really off. And I pulled cards, and consistently in the cards, the Seven of Swords was coming up. Like, there was something hidden from my view, there was some sort of deception going on. And then when it was revealed to me what was happening, it actually ended up with a tower moment, because someone else in the company overheard a conversation and advice that I'd given to someone else who wasn't even in my department. They kind of were like, oh, well, she's telling this person to do this. Because of my legal background, I was telling her, ways that she could protect herself if she was concerned about her position. And then it became this whole big thing. But that whole big thing actually was like the thing that exposed that Seven of Swords energy for me, and how exactly they were trying to set me up. How the person who I thought was a mentor, thought was a friend, someone I really liked, someone I really trusted, someone who was really kind to me, was actually trying to like get me in trouble, like serious trouble. And so I ended up leaving that company before anything could happen. But I bring this up because, again, for many of us on the spiritual path, you know, as you are ascending, as you are growing in light, as you are accessing your gifts, as you are really expanding your gifts, and I don't know where my throat chakra is kind of closing up here, but you're going to run into this energy. This is not to scare you, but you're going to run into people who want access to your gifts, who want access to your energy, who want access to your body, who want access to the money and the success that is coming in for you. Um, I heard someone once say this, uh, Higher Realm Holistics. I don't know if she still does videos, and I haven't followed her channel for a long time, but she was talking about a similar situation as mine, but it was when she was younger and she was like getting into the modeling field and wanted to kind of go into the entertainment business before she understood what it was. But she said, you know, the dark knew who I was and they knew my purpose before I did. And that is 1000% true. You might be watching this video and be like, little old me, like I'm not that important, but you are. You're divine. You have divine light within you. You have the power of creation to literally create worlds, to literally change this world, to be that light, to shine that light to this world. And the forces that control this world do not want us sharing that light, helping others to come into their light. I guarantee it, you know? So you might think like you're inconsequential, like you're just little old you, but you're that important. Your energy, your essence, your purpose matters that much. And so this is time to like understand your power, because there's going to be people that get implanted into your life. That's the other thing about handlers, is that they are plants. They are planted in. Um, you know, they're not just like your run of the mill, like jealous, envious person. This is someone who, again, wants to have control, wants to possess your energy, possess your gifts, possess your talent, possess your money, possess your body in whatever way that they can, because they're the ones who get the benefit from it. So they're not to be trusted, but oftentimes they come under the guise of someone that we trust and love, because when you love and trust someone, you're going to give them access. You're going to give them access to you. You're going to share your, you know, secrets, and you share your energy with them, and share your time and your love and your money, you know. And so it's just a time of vigilance, spiritual vigilance, to use your discernment to know who is around you, who is in your energy field, and to know their intentions. Because to me, handlers are like demonic entities. They work for the dark, they operate in that space. You know, because we're dualistic beings, because we're both human and spiritual, we have both light and dark within us. And handlers operate from that place of darkness, you know, the lower nature, ego, all about me. What can I get out of this? Not caring who they have to hurt or sacrifice in the process, and how many people get hurt or sacrificed for them to get what they want. Um, the thing too with handlers is that they will get you either in compromising positions, like what I was in that position when I was in that job, or they will get you to compromise yourself. Because, you know, it's kind of like vampires. If you ever watch vampire movies, the vampire cannot come in unless you invite it in, cannot come into your home. And so, if you think of that energetically or metaphorically, if the darkness isn't within you, if you're not operating from that space, it cannot come in until you invite it in. And so a handler could be someone like, say you're in recovery and you've been sober for years, and they'll just be like, oh, come celebrate with me. It's just one drink. One drink's not going to hurt you. One beer is not going to hurt you, even though You know your trigger points, you know where you're compromised at, and you know that one beer would not be for your highest good. The handler is going to want to, like, kind of again sink its hooks in, either put you in a compromising position or get you to compromise yourself. And so, as I said before, with the monitoring spirits, when I was talking about not being alone with them, for handlers, absolutely do not be alone with them. Do not be alone with them. They will put you in compromising positions or get you to compromise yourself. Another example of this energy more recently, which is so heartbreaking. I was not a One Direction fan. It's, I'm a different generation. And my kids really weren't One Direction fans. I mean, we'd heard their songs on the radio and stuff, but the whole Liam Payne situation screams handlers all around him. And they all conveniently left him to his own devices. And then he ended up falling off a balcony. So that's the energy of handlers. They'll take what they can get from you and then leave you out to dry. And just be very mindful that these types of people exist in this world. And that, again, if you're on a spiritual path, you're truly embodying your light, because the light is God's source. That is power. It's not the power of this world that is control and force and ego and bullying and browbeating. It is divine power. It's not the same. And so when people really embody that and they access that and they're living from that space, one person like Jesus, one person on this earth like Buddha, have shaped and changed generations of people. That's how powerful we all are if we embody that ascended master space. And so billions of lives have been influenced and impacted by the energies of Jesus, by the teachings of Jesus, by the teachings of Buddha. you know that's a powerful thing. One of you versus billions of everybody else, like. So again, it's just about knowing your power, knowing your worth, knowing your value through God, through your divine essence, through your divine power, and knowing that that is not a small thing in this world. It is not a force to be reckoned with, but equally, it is something that others will want to control and possess for themselves. And so use your discernment, be mindful and cautious of the company you keep, who is in your inner circle, know who they are, heart and soul. If you have any question or any doubt about anybody in your life, doesn't matter if they're family, doesn't matter if they're friends that you've had for 30, 40 years, people you grew up together. If you have any doubt at all about their intentions or if they ride for you, cut them loose. Cut them loose, limit your access, go ghost mode, do what you need to do to protect yourself and to protect your energy. All right. So I hope this kind of clarified the energies between monitoring spirits and handlers.